Okay. Um, Mr. Bermejo, we're going to proceed on your matter. Do we have Mr. Bosis back? I told him to take a 10-minute break, but you're really fast,
Here, Your Honor.
Judge Barron, so okay. All right. Mr. Bermejo, will you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You may lower your hand. This is cause number 634424. Let me start that again. 634236, the state of Texas versus Rodolfo Bermejo. Counsel, please make your announcements.
Brett Bosis for the state.
Robert Barons for Mr. Bermejo.
Okay, and are we proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Okay. So, are you Rodolfo Bermejo?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
I am, yes.
You've been charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated as a first offense, as a Class B misdemeanor, and momentarily you're going to see on your screen a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights. And as you see, the range of punishment for that offense is from 72 hours up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail, and or a fine up to $2,000. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're going to go, you recognize this document as one you reviewed with your attorney, correct?
Correct.
And so you see a defendant's signature there. Did you electronically sign this?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by signing this document, you're waiving your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as those other rights that are listed in that document?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have an agreement with the state, and I follow it, but later on tonight you think it over and you want to change or take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that, but I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, then you can take back your plea and nothing you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. Also, you need to know that if you enter a plea of no contest to this offense, I can still find you guilty of this offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Behrens, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Bermejo?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes, he's been able to assist in his defense, and I believe he's competent to enter his plea.
Thank you. In that case, I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor. The agreement is for a $500 fine plus court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours community service, the DWI education class, the victim impact panel, the ATP evaluation, and ignition interlock for half the term.
Judge Burns, is that your understanding of the agreement?
I'll accept the ignition interlock, Judge. I thought we had agreed that it would be less because he's had it on for nearly 2 years now.
That is correct. Sorry, give me one moment, Your Honor, if that's all right.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
Thank you, for Your Honor. I guess the state would ask the court if it could ask the defendant on the record if he's been on alcohol monitoring since the incident. And if he has been, then the state would have no objection to waiving ignition interlock.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bosis. So, Mr. Bermejo, do you swear that you have actually had an alcohol monitoring device implemented since you were charged with this offense?
Yes, ma'am. I do swear I've had it in my vehicle for almost 2 years.
All right, thank you, sir. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
in that case, what is it that you all had agreed to,
So the-
Judge Barons? Or
the
Mr.
state is-
Bosis?
The state is willing to waive the ignition interlock, Your Honor. So we would not make that a part of the plea agreement.
Okay, all right. So then that is the agreement. Okay, and so Judge Barons, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Judge.
All right. And I'm going to it is on the record, but just so that it'll be clear on paper, that this is because he's had ignition interlock since he was first charged on this, okay? Or since he's been with pretrial, I guess. Okay, okay. So, Mr. Bermejo, to the offense of driving while intoxicated as a first offense, as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Well, your waiver does say that you had wanted to plead no contest.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's a little confusing. Yes, ma'am. No contest.
Okay. Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will accept your plea. I am going to place you on deferred adjudication for a period of 12 months, assess a $500 fine plus court costs, 48 hours community service, the DWI education course, victim impact panel, the ATP evaluation, and we are waiving the ignition interlock as part of the agreement since you have had ignition interlock for 2 years while awaiting this instance of entering your plea. So I'm also going to give you another option, sir. I will give you 24 hours community service credit if you are or become fully vaccinated for the COVID with proof to the probation department, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This is purely an option. It's not mandatory in any manner, but I will be glad to give you 24 hours credit on that.
Yes, ma'am. I am vaccinated fully, so I just have to take my card.
That's correct. Okay,
Okay,
wonderful.
thank you.
All right. So I just want to tell you that your attorney has gotten you a wonderful agreement with the
Yes, ma'am.
consent of the state because if you keep all your promises, you will end up with no conviction. That's very important. For a young person like you, you want to have a good future. And
Yes,
so you do need to know that if for some reason you fail to comply with any of the terms or conditions of your probation, then if the state files a motion and I find sufficient reason to follow it, I can give you that conviction, revoke your community supervision, assess up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. So it's very important that you avoid that negative option, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay. Is there anything further from defense?
No, Your Honor.
And state?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Bermejo, I have followed your agreement, sir. That means you do not have a right to appeal. You also filled out a personal data sheet. Do you swear that everything you put there is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That's a very important document because if the state needs to get in touch with you, they need to be able to contact you through that information. So it's for
Okay.
your benefit that I want to be sure that it's correct, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right. So I believe that's it. You're obviously young. I want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I hope that your future is full of rewarding experiences and successes. And so you take good care of yourself, sir. We are going
Thank
to
you.
adjourn this hearing. I'm going to ask you to meet with Mr. Richardson. Do want to remind you that the probation department is there to help you. If you have any questions, do not be reluctant to ask, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And also, if you try to communicate with them and maybe the mailbox is full or you're having problems, follow up with a text or an email, okay?
Okay, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving evening.
Thank you. You too. All
Thank
right,
you.
we are going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Richardson.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, Judge, thank you very much. And thank you for being so prompt. That was very nice of you. Thanks.
I'm glad we could get it done.
Yes,
Have a good
you have a
day.
great Thanksgiving. Take care.
You as well.
Okay. I think
Your Honor, if you can put, I don't think, Corey, are you, there he is. I didn't think he was co-host because he was not going in, but they're in.
Okay, great. Okay.